everybody. Welcome to the Soulful Soul. My name is Gladys, and every Wednesday I do a one card draw, and the purpose of it is to work intensely with the card for the week ahead. At the same, but I start with a reflection on the previous week's card. So I'm finding this really, really useful for myself because I think that's the beauty of the tarot, that you always find something new. No matter how long you've been working with it, it's so mysterious and mystical. And I think its power lies in the lessons that it has for us, spiritual lessons that it has for us, and how it can help us grow as humans. So, last week's card, I had it out now. And I decided to put it back in the pile. Well, anyway, last week's card was a new vitality in the John Holland deck. Here it is. Here's this card. I'm still trying to learn how to play with this, work with the sun. And there. Can you see it? Okay, that's better. So, you know, the week gone by was really a tough week for many people. Well, for my family it was, my extended family, and I come from a big family, and three family members, two from my dad's side and one from my mom's side, passed away, and it was really so sad, especially for the people that are closest to them. So I felt like the Ace of Wands, which is the new vitality card in this John Holland deck, actually was a reversal, and that the lessons of the Ace of Wands is, you know, it's a card of new beginnings. And as this card says, new vitality, creativity, passion. But before new beginnings, there are always endings, right? And that would be the Ace of Wands in reverse. So that was the first lesson. So it was really tough. It was tough on all of us. But especially on, like, my cousin passed away, and for her mum and my cousins, her sisters, I think it was really, really difficult. And I kept, you know, I felt like if I could take my auntie's pain away from her, you know, I would. But of course we can't, you know. But it was really, really hard for me to see her in that way. I know for all of us who love her, she's a very, very loved person. And for all of us who love her, that was a really difficult thing to see. Anyway, so that was the one lesson. You know, this is also the week of the anniversary of my mum's death is tomorrow, along with my aunt and her. They passed away like within a week of each other. And with my aunts, it was much more unexpected. It was a younger aunt, and I think my cousins really felt it. But in any case, this month was really heavy, and my cousin last year also passed away, so it was quite a heavy month, and it seems to be a repeat this year. But I guess the thing is that that's what life is about. We have new beginnings, but we also have endings, and in fact we can't have the new beginnings without the endings. For example, with my mum, I'd like to believe that the new vitality means that she's in this rainbow hued place, you know, because my mum was suffering before she died. So in a way, it was a relief. My mum had Alzheimer's, so, you know, she was a shell of who she was, and she was scared most of the time. So I'd like to believe she's in a better space, you know, a place where she can create rainbow music with the flute, you know. But onto other things, seeing this as a new beginning card, what this really brought to mind for me. In fact, this card did a number of things for me this week, aside from just doing that feeling, a lot of feeling. I also had flashes of my interpretation of the new Vitality card, because I'm at the moment working on my own artwork for my cards, and I'm getting assistance from a really wonderful woman who's trying to help me get out of my left brain, and I'm so thankful for that, especially when it comes to art. And I was explaining to her, in fact, that the reason it's so hard is because I feel so out of my depth with artwork, whereas with the writing, it's so easy for me to tell like students or people that I support with writing to let go at the beginning and edit at the end. It's easy for me to do that because I can do that, it's my comfort zone. But with artwork, it's not my comfort zone. And so it's a lovely experience in a way, just also seeing how she values things that I might not value in my work. So that's beautiful. That's a beautiful new journey that I'm on. But the other thing I thought about this card really made me think about the co-creator aspect of, in the traditional tarot, the Ace of Wands is almost like a gift from heaven. All the aces, I think, they come with a hand. A hand comes from heaven and gives you that new beginning. Whereas in this is a human. It's not a heavenly hand. A human is very actively involved in the creation of this rainbow. So this really made me think about that thing that I think I often talk about, and which is one of the reasons I try to avoid prediction with my tarot readings, is that I feel we have agency. And I'm sure you who are watching agree with me, we have agency. So we are co-creators of our reality, and so this is what this card, the big lesson for me was, well, a reminder of, no, it wasn't a lesson, but this card, that's the new way of thinking about this Ace of Wands was for me. And that's what I talk about in the beauty of the tarot, is that every time you see something new. So that was that. And the fact that it inspired my own recreation of the Ace of Wands for my own purposes, for my cards. So that's it. And yeah, I'd love to know what are your experiences of the Ace of Wands, if you did this exercise, or even if you choose to do it now, if it's the first time you are thinking about it and you've come across that. Yes, I just had a weird thought that wasn't the Ace of Wands, because I saw the Ace of Coins here, and John Holland's his deck is quite. He's gone against the grain. So I just had a moment of, did I get that wrong? But in fact, I was looking at the Ace of Coins. Anyway, let me draw. I'm going to leave it there, beloveds. I don't want to make these too long. But I'll draw now a card for the week ahead. And the idea is that I will work with it intensely. I'll keep it in mind, I'll meditate on it. I'll see how it plays out in my life, and then share that with you at the end next Wednesday, South African time. I'm not sure what time it would be where you are, a new day or the day before, even early in the morning or whatever. You know what I'm saying. And the idea is, if you want to work with me as well. So we've got the Rebuild card. And you know what the Ace of Wands, well, that card, made me think about in this past week was the importance of reversals in the tarot. The tarot is beautiful, and if you see a card in the reverse, it gives you a completely different picture. It's the same principle, but in a reverse. And so the Ace of Wands did that for me in this last week. The Ace of Wands as the card I was thinking about and my experience of the week. So our card for this week is our Tower. Revolve. that's curious for me. It did come out in the reverse, so you can think about that. So I'm going to remind myself to work with it in both aspects. Or, the idea for me is not to seek too much with this, but to experience it in my week ahead. So you can do the same, and I'd love to hear your feedback. So that is your card. Just a brief explanation for those who are not familiar. This is the Tower. And the Tower is about a structure coming down that needs to come down. Might not be pleasant. It's seldom pleasant, but it is. It's almost like a heavenly, maybe even an epiphany, or it could be, but it's generally something that was built on a shaky foundation needing to come down, and something happens to make that come down. And the purpose of that is not for punishment. It's simply so that you can rebuild on a firmer foundation, whether that's letting go of a relationship or a job, or changing something in a relationship or a job, or whatever the case might be, a project, etc. In the reverse, it could be that there's resistance to that change. It could be that the change might not be as dramatic. But let's see what happens. Let's experience the card together. Well, I will certainly try to experience the card and just engage with it for the week ahead. And I hope you do the same. And I invite you to give me your feedback. Okay, I will end it there. Lots of love to you. Bye.